Hi, everybody. Let me actually, give me 1 second. Let me plug this light in so y'all can see me. Hello. All right, there we go. Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays. What's up? Andrea, what's up? How are you? Long time no see. I see Dion, Simone. Good to see you, girl. I be seeing you out there doing your things around career planning. All right. I see Touchdown has joined. How y'all doing today? All right. So we are in October, and people are back to school, but back to school looks a lot different these days. But the season is changing, the weather's changing. I actually wanted to jump on, and I wanted to show you. What you should be doing now. All right, so that's like just kind of focusing in on one thing at a time. And one of the things that I think you should be doing is using elderberry tonic. So I wanted to talk a little bit about elderberry and then share with you how to make it, and then also show you a little quick recipe on how you can actually incorporate elderberry into your diet daily. All right, so elderberry. So let me show you. It's like I don't even have dried elderberry, but it looks like little currants. All right, so if you've ever seen a raisin, think about a raisin, but then think about currant. A currant is a little tiny dried. It looks like a grape, but it's super tiny. So when it's dried, it's actually very, very small. Elderberry looks just like that. Okay, and actually it's grown here in Georgia. One of my girls, Patchwork City Farm, she actually grows elderberry. And when she harvests it, it goes. So what we can do is we take the fresh elderberry and then we can actually dry it. And then once you dry it, all those sugars are concentrated, and then you can actually mix it with a bunch of other great stuff in order to create a tonic that is absolutely incredible for immune boosting support. All right, so what are some of the things that elderberry helps to do? All right, so it helps to enhance your immune system. And the way it does that is it helps to promote the production of something called cytokines. Cytokines is produced in your cells, and basically it's helping you to create an immune response in the body. So elderberry helps to promote more cytokines in the body. That's one. It also helps with relieving nasal congestion. And, just like when you are not feeling well, like when a cold is coming on, you start getting the runny nose, you start getting an itchy throat, and you just literally have to catch all of this stuff. And you want to use elderberry to help you kind of get on top of whatever it is that's going on if a virus has entered into the system. So you have these tools, these arsenals. Elderberry is one of the arsenals. All right, so we said that it helps with the production of cytokines. It also helps with nasal congestion. It also is an anti-inflammatory. So you see how dark elderberry can be? So this is, and we'll talk a little bit more about this product, but this is a mixture, but it's super dark, right? They're super dark. And I'll even show you this. It's super dark. And so with that, because it's super dark, it has a lot of antioxidants. And antioxidants are super important for us because it helps to fight free radicals in the body, which really helps with the free radicals, that is, helps with the proliferation of cancer cells and things of that nature. So it basically helps with free radicals. It also helps with, like free radicals also assist in making you age. And so you want to bring in as many anti-inflammatory foods, foods with antioxidants as well, because it's really going to support you in staying youthful and gorgeous and beautiful and supple. All right, so anti-inflammatory. The other thing I would say about inflammation is pretty much the cause of a lot of different things. And, while it has the antioxidants, inflammation really is the culprit in a lot of us getting sick, and we don't even realize. When you're not getting enough sleep, you are producing inflammation in the body. When you are stressed, you're producing inflammation in the body. When you're eating foods like a lot of sugars, refined sugars, you're basically bringing in inflammation into the system. And so you want to counter those things, one, by not eating them, but then also you want to counter inflammation by bringing in more anti-inflammatory foods, things like the elderberry that we're talking about today, and then turmeric. All right, turmeric is also a wonderful anti-inflammatory food that you need to bring into your diet. And the other thing is you need sleep. So sleep is also an anti-inflammatory. I don't know if anyone knew that, but just sleeping deeply and just going to bed on time is an anti-inflammatory. So you want to make sure that you're doing that as well. All right. So we talked about the antioxidant, potent, anti-cancer. They all kind of connected. Antiviral. So once again, when you are not feeling your best and you feel like there's something coming on, this is when you want to bring an elderberry arsenal into your diet. That's like what you do, right then and there. But, we'll talk about prevention as well, because there is handling something when it's starting to happen in your body, but then there's also prevention, and that's you keeping things at bay so that you don't get to that place where you have to put all the tools and all the arsenal up. Let's see. So elderberry also helps to treat respiratory challenges like the cold, the flu. This is actually one of the things that people say is like your natural flu solution, right? So if you have the flu or cold, you need to bring in natural things that are going to support you in getting over that cold or flu quickly. All right. They say that you have either a cold or a flu for a week or 7 days. All right. And really the idea behind those concepts is that the longer you take to get on top of your cold or your flu, no, baby, I'm using this. The longer you take to get on top of your cold or your flu, the longer it'll be for you to get over it. So we basically want to make sure that we are getting on top of whatever ailment we're having. All right. The other thing that elderberry helps with, give me 1 second, y'all. I'm reading my notes here. Hold on. The other thing that elderberry helps with is wounds. All right. And actually, I didn't know this. But when you actually apply the elderberry tonic to a wound or the skin, it actually helps it to heal. And just in terms of medicine and vitamins and things of that nature that you're going to get daily, elderberry is rich in vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, potassium, and then also it's a natural support for arthritis. So if you think about what we said earlier about inflammation, one of the things that chronic inflammation produces is arthritis. That's what chronic inflammation is. Chronic inflammation is arthritis. And so one of the things that you might want to consider is bringing elderberry into your daily routine like all the time, right? All right, so that's just a little bit of the facts about elderberry, all right? So today what I want to do is I want to show you a product that I am a part of. So there is an elderberry company that I am a part of. It's called Homemade Healing. All right, it's called Homemade Healing. And we have a line of elderberry products. Today what I want to focus on is how do you make the tonic yourself? And the reason why I want to focus on you making the tonic yourself is because you can go to a health food store and you can buy elderberry syrup yourself. But what you'll find if you actually look at the ingredients, back in the day when elderberry came on the market, you would see natural sweeteners in there. But now what happens is if you actually look at the bottles of syrup, there's usually like high fructose corn syrup in several of the brands. Not all of them. But when I was doing my research, I was like, wow, they changed this. They have elderberry, but then there's also this high fructose corn syrup in there. And it's like, that's defeating the point. you know, we don't want high fructose corn syrup because it is completely refined, a completely refined sweetener, and it will cause inflammation. So it's like the elderberry is anti-inflammatory, but then you have high fructose corn syrup inside the bottle. It's like, it just doesn't make sense. Andrea says that concerned me as well. Yes. So I would say, instead of you worrying about, you know, the syrup, like buying a syrup, what you want to do is make stuff yourself. Okay. So we have this homemade healing elderberry tonic kit, right? And really it's comprised of two things. This is our DIY kit. So the DIY kit consists of the dried elderberry. It basically also has in here echinacea. It has cinnamon, ginger, and cloves. Okay, that's it. And it's all dried up. As you can see, it comes in this beautiful little packet. And it's simple. So I'm going to show you what to do. It's like a couple steps. This is local honey. Now, what's been happening when people buy this from me, my vegan folks are like, oh, I don't do honey. Cool, no problem. You can either give the honey away, or what we're doing also is we're working to change how we offer this, where you just have the dry packet, and then you decide what sweetener you want, if you even want to sweeten it yourself. Okay? All right, so I want to show you this. Let me turn to, I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn. There we go. All right. So what I've been doing here, I want you to see that. Do you see that? I've basically been brewing. I've been brewing the elderberry. So what we do here is we bring 3 cups of water to a boil. And then once we bring the 3 cups of water to a boil, we basically just dump the whole packet of elderberry, the dried ingredients, into the pot. And what we do is we let it simmer. You let it simmer for about 30 to 45 minutes. And some people like to even turn it off and just let it steep overnight. The reason why is because, you know, I'm old school too. I'm from the Caribbean. We just think things taste so much better. They're more potent, they're more richer when you actually just let everything kind of pull out overnight. So, and I would even say, even though you're doing this, you're boiling this, you can basically combine, you can basically strain this, and then after you strain it, you can actually get another round. All right, you can get another round. So let me show you what I would do. So this is called, like a nut milk bag. So this is too hot. What I just showed you was too hot for us to, for us to do anything with. But I'm just going to talk to you about what's happening with it. So let's say you will boil that, what we showed you, let it cool. And then once it's cooled all the way, you would drop that whole like mixture into this bag and then squeeze. You would squeeze it all out. Okay. You squeeze it into a bottle like this. So this is what it would look like. This is what it would look like. And then what I would do is the contents of the nut milk bag, I wouldn't throw it away. Don't throw it away. What you want to do is you want to reserve that elderberry, like the leftovers, the berries, the cinnamon, the clove, all the stuff that's left over, and maybe put it in a container for the next time you need elderberry. And then I would store it inside of like a Ziploc bag or a glass container, and then put it inside of your freezer or put it inside of your refrigerator. The reason why is because there's still goodness inside of the elderberry. So you want to make sure that you can have some longevity with it. Now, depending on your family, like my family, it goes fast. Like they drink this thing fast because it's good. It tastes really good with the honey. And, they just love it. So let me just say this. So once you strain out everything into this bottle, then what you would do is you would basically add the honey. You would add the honey to this. And then once you add the honey, you just stir it in. You don't have to use all of this honey if you don't want to. And then you just stir it in, and then you would put this inside of the refrigerator. And then you would, use it however you decide to use it. Now, our elderberry tonic DIY kit, all of the instructions are on back. I don't know if you see that. So everything I just said, everything that I just said, it's on back. Okay? Everything that I just said is on back. So that is how you can make your own elderberry tonic. How many times can it be reused? I would say one time. One good time. Okay? So you would steep it again so that the remnants that you have, the remainder, I would basically, again, reserve that in a container, put it in the freezer, and when it's time for you to make elderberry syrup again, you would do the same process. 3 cups of water, add the elderberry mixture that you've reserved in the refrigerator or in the freezer, and then you would do the same process again. It's not going to be as potent, but you still are going to get really good elderberry use, and your dollars are going to go a little bit further. Okay, your dollars are going to go a longer way when you do it like this. Okay, this elderberry DIY kit that we sell is $35. So if you think about the ones that you have, the syrups that are on the market, again, a lot smaller. They don't always have the best ingredients inside of them, and so you know the tonic might be like $5, $6, $7, but or actually the syrup might be $5, $6, $7, but it's not as healthy. This, you're gonna get way more tonic. All you need is a little bit. You don't really need a whole lot of this, and you can use this daily as part of your daily supplementation and regimentation for self-care, or when something's coming on, you can actually add to the frequency of how you use it. By the way, all of those instructions on the back here. How do you use it? How often do you use it? One for maintenance, and then when something is actually coming on, we have all of that on the back here. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? All right, so we now have our elderberry tonic, right? Again, anytime you are making things like this, you want to reserve inside of a glass container. And the reason why we reserve in a glass container is because, one, plastic, particularly since this was hot, plastic leaches. And you don't want plastic to be inside of your mixture. You don't want to add more toxins to your mixture. So you can use that, or you can use something like this. You could use a ball jar. You can use that. Whatever you desire. Okay, whatever you desire. All right, so today what I wanted to do, hey Siobhan, how are you? Today we're talking about elderberry for those of you who are just jumping on, and I'm showing you or talking to you about our homemade healing DIY kit. We're showing people how simple it is to make their own elderberry tonic. It's not difficult. You can get ours on my site. You can find this on the Chef Beee site, the DIY kit. And then before I jump off, I'll tell you a little bit about our tonic as well. All right. So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you a very simple recipe using elderberry tonic. So sometimes people just drink medicine just like, straight, right? But what I really like to talk to people about is incorporating medicine in everything that we do. All of this that we're talking to you all about is lifestyle. And so when you bring the medicine into your lifestyle on an ongoing basis, that's really where you're going to start to get the benefits. Why? Because you are being therapeutic now. When you are using things consistently, you're going to get a therapeutic benefit. And so for things like elderberry, for it to really work, it's going to work on its own if you just use it. But to get like the maximum benefit of the elderberry is by using it ongoing. And so, like I said, all you need is like a little sip of it. So you can actually even just use like a tablespoon, about this much. You would basically take a tablespoon of the elderberry tonic out, and then you can either drink it like this, or I'm going to show you a quick recipe that incorporates elderberry. All right. So because it's a berry, because elderberry is a kind of berry, what better smoothie to make? I want to do a smoothie today than a berry smoothie, a very berry elderberry smoothie. My very berry elderberry smoothie. How about that? Kind of cute, right? All right. So let me show you what's in here. Okay. Let me show you what's in here. Let me actually adjust this so you guys can see. Let me make some adjustments. All right. Great. So we have the elderberry tonic off to the side. And then what I have over here is I have some coconut milk and I have some bananas. All right. So I'm actually going to grab my blender. I got everything close by. So we have our blender. I'm going to plug that in. Okay. And we have the coconut milk. We have the banana. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in some of our berries. So we have raspberries in here. We have blackberries. And then we're going to add in some elderberry as well. Okay. So let me say this. Some of you out there, you might have children who are funny about taking medicine. This is a wonderful way to sneak the medicine into the foods that you're giving your children. Because this is actually really good. It's sweet. It's lovely. If you want to add a little bit more honey, I'm going to give you, let's see, we have a little bit of honey here. Is this one? Do I have another one? Yes. I got all my stuff right close. All right. So, you know, for you guys, one of the reasons why we use honey in the elderberry tonic is because, you know, honey has really wonderful antibacterial, antiviral properties. So, you know, when you're sick, you're not feeling your best, honey is just super awesome to have. But once again, not everybody likes honey. I love honey. There's something else that's actually on the market that's super good, that has a really nice nutritional benefits. It's actually very nutrient dense. It's called date syrup. So if you're one of those people out there that don't like honey, you can use date syrup as a replacement for the honey to get, you know, some really good nutrients. And then, you know, you're trying to save the bees, you're really, you know, mindful about those kinds of things, then you can use that instead. All right, so I'm going to just add a little bit of honey in here, just a little bit. And I'm actually going to just, you know, put my spoon down inside here. If you guys have any questions about anything, let me know, okay, as we're doing this demo. All right, so far coconut milk, raspberries, blackberries, and now what we're going to add in, we add in the honey, and then now what we're going to add in is we're going to add in some elderberry syrup. All right, so it's like this simple, right? We would take a tablespoon of the elderberry syrup and just drop it in like that. That's it. So once again, you could take it to the head daily, or you can basically add the elderberry syrup to the blender. Okay? And then what we now have is, this is like rich in medicine. It's really, really good. You can add some other things in here if you'd like, right? But, you know, just making sure that we have the elderberry in, and then we blend. All right, now some of my honey went to the bottom. So I'm going to just shake this real good so that it's well incorporated, and then I'm going to blend again. But look how pretty that is. All right. So, guys, I'm old school and I'm not fancy. But I like to keep glass jars because, you know, particularly if they're nice glass jars, when you buy them, that's yummy. So I'm just using my pickle jar. And I'm just going to fill this up like so. And this is the smoothie for the day. Delicious. All right, so this is our very berry elderberry smoothie. Our very berry elderberry smoothie. I think that's kind of cute. Don't y'all think that's kind of cute? All right, so how do you get this DIY kit? Once again, you can go to the Chef Beee site, right? And when you go onto the Chef Beee site, you basically would hit the wellness store, because we do have a wellness store. And then once you click wellness store, the drop down menu says elderberry products, and you'll see all of these products. Okay, you have the DIY kit, And then I promised you all that I was going to share with you what we have here. This is the tonic. So as you can see, the tonic, it comes in a lot smaller packaging. And it has all of the things that we talked about, which is the elderberry. It has clove. It has cinnamon. It has ginger. It has echinacea. It has all of that stuff, right? But then the thing that it also has, and it has the honey, it also has vodka. Okay, so when you're making tonics or really tinctures, you basically have to kind of cure them in a sense or help them to become shelf stable, and the vodka basically allows it to do that. So basically this is kind of just maturing, and you can take this anywhere. So the cool thing about this product is you can add this to your purse. You can just have this in your bag so that if you think something's happening, you get a scratchy throat, because it just kind of happens sometimes. You can basically get that elderberry into your system right away. Okay? And so that's what the tincture is for. If you're traveling, you want to make sure that you have something on deck when you're traveling. Particularly these days, right? You want to make sure that you are taking this as you get on the plane, a few hours before the plane, while you on the plane, when you get off the plane. You just want to keep your immune system strong. And so the tinctures, you know, are made travel size just so that it's convenient for people to travel with, and you just have it. If you're home, tonics. All right. Everybody want to call me right now, y'all. All right, so if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to jump off. But I just wanted to come on today and talk to you a little bit about the importance of elderberry tonic, just in elderberry in general, show you that you can actually be empowered to make this yourself. And if you're on the go, you know, for some people they're still on the go, you want to make sure that you get the tonic. We also have this bundle together, so you have the DIY kit and the tonic as a full package. You have the DIY kit by itself. You have the tonic or the tincture by itself. And then we also do have, you know, some other products on there as well. So please check out the elderberry. I always will have that if you need it. Please make sure that you check us out. Also, for those of you who are online here, I would love for you to go to Homemade Healing on Instagram and like that page. You know, we have our Instagram page, and I would love for you guys to, you know, stay connected to us. But I am definitely excited about, you know, sharing with you how you can stay strong, how you can stay empowered, and how you can do a lot of these things by yourself, right? You don't need to really source a lot of these things out as it relates to your wellness. It's about learning, it's about educating yourself, and then going for it, okay? The last thing I want to say is every Wednesday we call this Healing Me First Wellness Wednesday. And so today we talked about elderberry, but then this evening, every evening, 7:30 to 8:30, I also do a live. And the live is actually on Zoom. It's a class. It's a continuing education series that we offer, me and my team, around using essential oils, because you guys know I love my essential oils. I'm known for the essential oils in food, but then there's so many other benefits for using essential oils in your lifestyle. So if you are interested, if you have time this evening, you should drop on by and check out our class. We have wonderful classes every week. We are in our continuing education series right now, and I believe this is week 5. So yes, you can definitely jump in. The link is in the bio under the Linktree link, and then what you can do is just go on there, fill out your information, and then what you can do is you can register, and then we will send you the Zoom link. But, you know, just every way possible to get the education that you need to make informed decisions for your family. That's the most important thing. And so we have Wellness Wednesdays, and then we also have these lives that we offer you guys on Wednesdays as well at 11:11. So without further ado, if you have, you know, any questions, you can always inbox me. But drink up. There goes my very berry elderberry smoothie. You know, get your kit, get your packet, and make your elderberry yourself. You don't worry about buying that stuff out there. I mean, I know you sometimes have to do what you have to do, but you can make a lot of these things, spend, you know, save some money, and you actually know what the ingredients have inside. You know what's inside of it, right? Oftentimes we're buying things, we can't even pronounce the ingredients. We want to kind of move away from that, shift away from that. You want to know exactly what's inside of the things that you're making for yourself and your family. And our DIY kit, you can do that. All right? So much love to you guys. I hope to see some of you tonight. Peace and blessings. Talk to you soon. Peace.